Hello, guys. I hope you're doing okay. So, as promised, like 10,000 years ago, here's a review of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way by Stan Lee and John Buscema. First thing, this book is a bit controversial. Some people say you should never study it, and some other people say that it's a good book. In my opinion, it's a really helpful book. It helps clarify some visual concepts that are important. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go through the book a little bit, not too slow, not too fast. So yeah, it's a really good book, made in the U.S. The copyright is from 1978, so it's long time ago. Okay, so this book covers like almost every element of the fundamentals of art, but just with weird names, as you can see here. I'd say the book is for beginner and intermediate artists who are looking for ways to improve their figure drawing skills, especially for commercial comic work and illustration work that requires a ton of imagination. So, if in illustrations that you need to do like many figures that are from imaginations, it can be very helpful. Uh, Besides having good references, because good references are also very important. Yeah, so let's go ahead and see. So it begins with covering some stuff about comics, which is mainly the tools of the trade. I mean, if you're a comic artist, it's helpful, and if you work like analog way, but if not, it's not so relevant. Then it covers these parts, this part which is really important in my opinion. So it's like how to build drawings. Like this part is really helpful. How to build a drawing out of primitive forms like cylinders, squares, and stuff. Uh, so with that concept, it applies it to the human figure, as you can see here. These mannequins are very important. I would say it's the most valuable part of this book. It also covers some stuff about lighting. I mean, it covers almost everything: perspective, lighting, human figure. How to use ink, except color. It doesn't cover color, but it goes like in a kind of shallow way to all of those elements. But I would say, even though it goes in a shallow way to all these fundamentals, there's a part of this book that is which relates to drawing the figure from imagination and learning how to interpret the figure in space, which is the part of the mannequins that is it makes it absolutely valuable, and it makes it the part of this book that really makes you want to buy it. So yeah, it goes through perspective. As you know, there are other really good books about perspective. This one is good, but it doesn't cover everything. So if you're studying perspective, I'd say you get the Ernest Norling one called Perspective Made Easy, or the ones about Marco Matteo Mestri, Frame Perspective. Those are super deep about perspective, and they're really good. The best way to learn perspective is just to go to the street and draw buildings and stuff. You will understand it instantly, for sure. Okay, so this is the valuable part of this book, when it starts talking about the figure. And what I really find interesting is, although the characters in this book are idealized, I mean they are thought of as typical characters in a comic book. If you like those characters, it's good. It's very helpful. If you don't, well, it's not so good for you. So what I say is that, given this, it still helps a lot with anatomy, because it will help you, like teach you where in the body are the most important like overlapping lines to properly draw anatomy in a very simplified and economic way, like in a I mean economic in the terms of line economy. So it just goes ahead and tells you like, oh, this overlaps this and so on. So this part is really helpful. Also, it talks proportion for the human body, for the woman, for men. Here's what I'm saying about the overlapping lines. So you see, this line overlaps this one overlaps this one, this one overlaps this one, and so on in different poses. So it's very helpful and enlightening to study from these figures. It covers mannequins. And then this chapter also, I would say this one is the most important. In this one, the last one is the second most important of this book. That's why I have the little paper here. So yeah, it starts covering all these, I don't know if you can see it, these mannequins that are very helpful to learn how to draw from imagination and to make better poses and learn better gesture in your figures. So here, this one is a perfect example of the way it teaches how to overlap lines. So you can convey a figure in an effective way with not too many lines for your, I don't know, for your comic book work or for your illustration work. So you can practice them when you go to your figure drawing sessions. So it's very helpful. It's a very helpful book. Okay, so this part is over. And it goes to action, which is also an important part of the book. And it shows a lot of mannequins you can study from, and you can then do your own mannequins. So yeah, this is the valuable part of this book. See more overlapping lines, what lines overlap with what lines, and so on. Then it covers foreshortening with the mannequin, and it shows like foreshortening poses just as they appear in Marvel Comics. So you can understand how they work. So in that regard, giving you this thought, this framework of thinking about the figure is what you can really take advantage of in this book. Then the human head, but the human head part isn't just, you can just study from the drawings to learn how masters as John Buscema draw the face and how they simplify it. Like in that sense, it's helpful. Yeah, I think that's the important things. Those are the important things about this book. It covers a bit of composition, which is like kind of nice. Like, and also to study the heads is helpful. So you can learn how to draw them from imagination. And that's it. Yeah, it's a nice book. It's not necessarily a must, but it's a helpful book. I think it's good for students or beginner artists. It's great for illustrators or comic artists because it has very basic concepts that are necessary to master. It's not so good for concept artists, in my opinion, especially character concept artists, because it doesn't cover much on design. And also for fine artists, it's not a book meant for them. So I don't think it can be. I don't think it will be helpful for fine artists. So yeah, conclusion: get this book if you want to study how to draw figures from imagination and how to properly convey a mannequin, so you can how to master a mannequin so you can use it to become better and become a better draftsman. Okay, hope you find this helpful, guys. I'll see you later.